Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's go ahead and get into 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 5, Episode 9, Bad Romance. If you are brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each recap. So if you enjoy that type of content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed tonight's content, and hop into the comment section because y'all know 90 Day Fiance tries my patience every week. But I think tonight was actually good. Tonight was one of the better episodes, the best episode that I have seen. Not saying overall, for some of y'all fanatics, the best episode that I have seen. So let's go ahead and start with Ben. Now, y'all know I wasn't talking about Ben because this foolishness with this Mahogany person. I just want to say this about Ben. I think it's kind of sad that it has taken till the end of this episode for Ben to be sitting in this restaurant in yet another city for him to finally think maybe this isn't a real person. Maybe this is a real person, but like not even in this particular city. I think it's sad that he has gotten to this point. I want to say his friend, where are his friends? But his friend called him. We saw his friends and family, or at least some of his family, not really feel what he has going on. But Ben, sweetheart, go home. You know what? Ben should have been with Jasmine. You know what I mean? I can't take the Ben storyline because I don't want to believe that somebody is this damn naive and foolish and has this much disposable income to fly across the country, across the world, excuse me, fly across the world to meet a woman that he has never FaceTimed with. That has been baffling to me. He has never video chatted with her. And yet here you are in a whole nother country trying to meet up with her, crying because she didn't meet up. So then you decide to go to a city close to her and she responds, San Bartolo is far from Lima. Talk about some she's late. You should let people know if you're late. No, she's not late because y'all didn't agree to meet, Ben. You told her to come on over, Ben. Come on, Ben. Come on, sweetheart. Come on, Ben. This ain't it. This is not it. But that's all I got for Ben. It stresses me out. So, Mike and Ximena. So Mike has planned this romantic dinner because he's going to propose to Ximena. So he admits, though, in his confessional that he's not sure if she'll even say yes. You know, she has a problem with his hygiene, his cleanliness, that type of stuff. And I mean, he has his own reservations. You know, she can't have children because she has like burned off her ovaries. Um, she kept from him that she was once dealing with a hitman. So they both have their kind of hangups on the other. Mike's is really a trust factor. Hers is just like, you too old to be nasty. I already got 2 kids. I do not need 3. So they're at the dinner. He invites her whole family because he wants everyone to be a part of this. And Mike is struggling in butchering Spanish as he like professes his love and all this other stuff for her. I do want to mention that we have not really heard Ximena talk about how much she loves Mike. It's always, it'll be good for my kids. It'll be a better opportunity for me. This will be good. You know what I mean? Like she's never like, I just absolutely love Mike because she loves that green, right? So Mike proposes in Spanish and it translates to I want to marry me. I said, Lord have mercy, Mike. You should have put that. I mean, you could learn the proper translation for that, but it's a very long, awkward, dramatic pause. Could have been TV, could have been not. But she eventually says yes. He eventually says yes. So then when Mike is getting ready to leave, because that was like the last day there that he proposed, her father was like, when are you coming back? Like, what's good? He said he'll be back in a couple months. He's going to try to get vacation. I just find it weird that, okay, so like it needs to be the next time that you come over there, it needs to be like to get her to bring her on back over. Like that's weird. So you're engaged and you about to just go back home? Alrighty. So Ximena tells him that she's ready to get married to him sooner than later because she wants to live with him. You know why? Because she wants that. Okay, Ximena does not see it for Mike. She just don't. I also didn't realize how tatted up she was. Did I like not notice that initially? But she is like tatted, which is cool. I have tattoos myself. Yeah, they're not in any visible spots, but I have tattoos myself. But I didn't realize how tatted Ximena was. So kudos to you, girl. This is not gonna work. We saw the preview for next week, and it looks like Ximena is soaking Mike for some money. She's being distant. She don't, she don't like him. Not like that. She don't like him like that for real. It's really just a matter of her just wanting to see how she can better her life monetarily and financially at this point. Caleb and Elena. Y'all know I don't see it for Elena. I don't feel sorry for Elena in any capacity. I just don't. I've told y'all how I felt that she was rude. I feel like she's been very demanding of Caleb, and I feel like I haven't seen her reciprocate any, like, we have not seen Helena, like, the way that Helena is, like, begging Caleb to make a commitment to her, to set what they are. We haven't seen her exactly profess her love to him either. So it's kind of weird that she's, like, demanding that, right? So he tells her he doesn't want to commit to somebody across the world. That makes it makes all the sense in the world to me. But alrighty. So they take a boat, they take a ferry ride. And he wants to just sit back and enjoy the ferry because he's leaving. You know, it's his final day there too. He wants to sit back and relax. However, not Elena, she wants to talk. So she's just kind of like, if you're not crazy about me, that's fine. And she just doesn't understand. And it's just this circle of events to where Helena can't just understand that this is something that we need to take some time with. And I think if she would have granted Caleb some time, that this might have gone a little more in her favor. Nonetheless, they get back to the hotel and he wants to talk, and he tells her that he is just not used to being with a little person, right? It's a lot more work than he anticipated. And I'm starting to wonder if Elena, does she undersell her condition? Like, he knew she was a little person. Did she undersell how much of a little person she is? Because there are some little people that are, taller in height, that don't require to be in don't need like people to pick them up and help them do stuff, that doesn't require to be pushed around in a wheelchair. They're still, for the most part, very, very independent. You know what I mean? And I feel like she might have undersold that, or Caleb might have undersold her condition to himself. And that's why I feel like when they were talking about it, and it was always, yeah, I'm perfectly fine with your condition. It'll be fine. Like, you should have waited to say that until y'all were in person and you can really see what's going on with her and understand it. So he said that the life that he envisions for himself isn't necessarily one that involves helping someone as much. And I know that seems rude, and I know that she took it as rude, but when you look at Caleb's life in the package that we've seen, Caleb looks like he's the type that he travels a lot. He does a lot of outdoorsy things. He is like more of a very nomadic person. He's very adventurous. Truth be told, Elena does not fit into his lifestyle. Now, if he were to change his lifestyle to fit her, eventually he's going to resent her because he's no longer living the life that he necessarily wants to live, because he has this restriction with him, i.e. his girlfriend. She's disappointed. She's heartbroken. She said because it's always the same thing over and over with men. And that's always what everybody leads on. And I don't want to seem completely insensitive, but it's also like, Elena, this is your life that you're accustomed to. You know what I mean? She's had X amount of years where she has grown comfortable and used to the limitations that she has, the things she can and cannot do, the level of help that she does and does not need. When you have someone that's coming into this and they've only been with you for 2 weeks, that is a very big overtaking. Or is it undertaking? Whichever one. It's a very big boom for somebody to have to deal with and come to grips with in 2 weeks. So like I understand how she's disappointed and stuff, but I also feel like Elena needs to also have some grace for the people that she's dating that aren't gonna, immediately come in and be like, oh, you need me to pick you up and do this? Boom, you need me to carry you up and down all the stairs? Yeah, we can have another wheelchair now to push you to it. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like she also needs to have some grace and some compassion too for people when they are coming into her situation. She has to learn patience, basically. Elena spent this entire time, instead of like really trying to get to know Caleb and understanding him, getting him to understand her, she spent all of this time first begging for sex, and then second, like being upset that now that they have had sex, that he is not just, well, let's, drop everything, balls to the wall, and now we're together. So they're leaving the next day, and Caleb took a whole bath. I said, absolutely not. So he out there with a towel in the bathroom, and I said, just get your ass in the tub. What is it about people that they don't want to take showers? Like, why don't y'all like water? Nonetheless, so she's packing and he comes out and he's like, is everything gonna fit? She said, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't take your gifts. Don't be a little bitch about it, girl. So now she don't want to take the gifts. And then he was like, okay, well shit, then don't take them. So then she was like, I'm just kidding. Of course I'm going to take him. I feel like she has spent so much time testing this man, like I said, instead of really getting to know him. But whatever. So she says she feels like he's now a stranger. She felt closer to him in the beginning of the trip, and then now she feels, he feels like a stranger to her, and it's basically because she didn't get what she wanted. That's basically what it comes down to. So she thought that he would be more understanding because of her limitations and her condition, because of their connection. And I also feel like it should go both ways, Elena. I feel like you should be more understanding of Caleb as well because of your friendship and your connection all these years. But this is just an ever-growing trend that just because y'all have been rocking via instant messenger and maybe FaceTime or some type of video chat, that does not mean that once you are put together with your limitation, that it is going to just be all peachy keen. And that's just not what happened. So they get to the airport. Caleb is worried if he got too much in his head and didn't allow himself to like really think about what's going on between the two of them. And I don't think he did. I think Caleb, if your first reaction, your first instinct was that this is not going to work for you two, then it's not going to work. So, because I really feel like if he would have changed his life for her, he would have ended up resenting her. And that's definitely don't what you want. You don't want to be in a relationship that ends up being full of resentment. You know what I mean? So he makes her promise to not disappear. She said it sucks because not only is she like, losing a boyfriend, but she's also losing her best friend. And I said, damn, so because y'all not fucking, you can't be friends with him no more? All right, girl. Whatever. Gino and Jasmine. It pains me. It pains me to be on Jasmine's side with this, but I am. Gino, you lost your rabbit ass mind by sending your ex pictures of her, naked pictures of her, because I think Jasmine would have gotten past the fact that you were texting her, but you sent her naked pictures. Come on, Gino. But Gino has low-key always looked like a creep to me, but I really want to give him benefit of the doubt because he was precious. So Gino's trying to apologize. He said that he just wanted to put it in his ex's face. Boom! Look how hot my new girlfriend is. Gino, you are not 13. You're not 13 and in middle school and you done dumped Chelsea by the lockers, and now by gym class you with Tiffany and she's but like that's not what this is. You sent naked pictures. You could have sent a headshot of Jasmina over to your ex-girlfriend and you would have got the same, it would have been the same effect. But you sending, okay. So she called him depressing and sick. Says she wants to move into her own room because she is not staying with him. Now, Jasmina, can you afford your own room or are you expecting production to pay for it? How is that going to work? Because you said that you have never been to this little private island because you couldn't afford it. Can you afford it now? Is it cheaper without having to pay for airfare? I have questions. How do you propose you get back? Is still supposed to pay for your flight back? We got to think about this, Jasmine. Maybe production to step in and be like, whoa, we got it covered. I don't know. So she called him stupid and a loser. Then, y'all, I lost it because she took the damn toothbrush and threw the toothbrush out the door. He was like, what did you throw? She said, garbage. I threw garbage. I said, you should have never gave her that damn toothbrush anyways. So, the real issue with Jasmine, I'm sorry, I keep thinking the Married at First Sight. The real issue with Jasmine is that Gino has been paying for sugar babies, okay? So, Gino is a sugar daddy. He looks like one. I'm not surprised at all. So, basically, she says she doesn't want to be with a man that is paying for sex and company. She does not like that type of behavior. That is weird to her. It's a little creepy to me too. Gotta be real. That's creepy to her. She does not like that type of behavior. She says she's not a sugar baby herself. She works for the shit that she got, okay? She says she's willing to work 5, 6, 7 jobs in order to get what she needs. She does not want anybody to just, trick off money on her. And I said, girl, what are you calling this trip? But, okay, maybe in her mind there's a bit of a difference. So she tells, Gino actually tells production that he was paying girls $200 to $250 to go to dinner with him. And they were like, so you talking about paying for dinner? And he was like, no, he would pay the girls. His reasoning was that the typical dating sites weren't working. So the typical dating sites weren't working. So he started to do this, but then he realized that this was not a good way to find love either. And it's like, Gino, there is some little weird ass lady that would love to be with you. You didn't have to do this. So he said that Jasmina has the wrong perception of him. No, she got the right perception. You're a fucking weirdo that even at your big age of, what are you, late 40s, early 50s, you are willing to send a picture of your ex-girlfriend to your your new girlfriend to your ex-wife to prove how hot she is. Post her fucking face on your Instagram, on your Facebook, and be done with it. So she said that if she wanted to get a sugar daddy, she can get the sugar daddies of the sugar daddy. She said, there's levels to this shit, Gino. You down here, the sugar daddy that I will have is up here, my guy. So basically, she then calls him a crazy, lonely ass man from Michigan. And I said, ouch. And then she starts screaming and crying, and she said that Gino broke her heart. And I'm like, girl, I'm on your side. I just am. Now, if you were doing all of this because Gino was texting his ex, I'd have been like, you doing too much. But for me, sending naked pictures, that crosses a line, Gino. That, on top of the fact that it's just fucking weird. Then to find out that you're a man that pays for sex and company, I can see Jasmina wondering now, so what do you be doing when I'm there? And Gino never, explains himself. It's always just kind of, I don't know why Jasmine's upset. She's upset. And it's like, so I'm interested to see how this is going to go. Oh, she also yelled out that she is so glad that she took birth control because, Lord have mercy, we would have had a little bald baby and it wouldn't have been what she wanted. So finally, Memphis and Hamza. Y'all know I have been loving the past couple episodes that have not been Memphis heavy, but we got this crazy heifer tonight. So Memphis said that Memphis and Hamza wake up hungover. I said, girl, y'all had one double shot of Grey Goose. Stop it. So she is still bitching about how Hamza had poor planning. And I'm going to say this. I think I said it last time. Look, you the one that want to come over here and get married. So don't think because you waited until the last minute that this is all Hamza's fault. When you first got over there, or even before, you should have been trying to get stuff set up too. Y'all should have been discussing this together. But oh, you can't because there's a language barrier, dumbass. So she said that the sex was better now. He just had a little stage fright before, so now she's happy. So he wants to prove to Memphis that he can be responsible. And he don't like how she been talking to him. And I don't like how she been talking to you either, Hamza. So they're in the car and she's like, she's hungry. She wants fish, chicken, and a steak. And then she don't know what sound a cow makes. That blew me, y'all. Girl, anybody knows. My 3-year-old little cousin knows if you say what sound does a cow make to go moo. I don't know what sound she made, but I was like, ooh, the public school system. Sometimes it just fails us. It just fails us. So she talks to him like a child. And I think that's my biggest issue. And I think that that's Hamza's issue too. It's always me hungry. You hungry? And it's like, why are you talking to him like that? If you have to speak that slowly and that ignorantly to him, pull out the translator app, and y'all should be using that a little more anyways, because y'all are having some real deal conversations that really need to be translated. So she brings up the idea that she wants a prenup. And he was like, so you don't trust me? She was like, yeah, but sometimes people change their mind in marriage. And I get what Hamza was saying, but I think everybody should have a prenup, to be real. I really do. To me, a prenup does not signify that you are expecting and anticipating the end of anything. I think what prenups do is they set in place because divorces do get ugly. So in this case, hell yeah, you need a prenup, Memphis. I'm proud of you for even thinking about it. So they're headed to the embassy, and Hamza got an attitude now because he didn't like the fact that she asked for a prenup. He said because it's coming across that she don't trust him and he's not responsible and all this other stuff. So she's in the car trying to get him to talk. Married now. Ring on finger. Serious. And I'm like, I hate every scene with her. I hate every scene with Memphis. I truly do. So she asked him, what's wrong? And he was like, nothing. So they finally get there, and he waits outside where she goes into the embassy to get her paperwork done. She says she's nervous and scared because she really wants the marriage to work. So she comes back out, and she's mad that he's not as excited as he should be. He really has an issue with the fact that, one, he don't like how she's been talking to him, and two, he does not like the fact that she wanted a prenup, because he kind of feels like you calling him broke, which, Hamza, do you have money? But I don't know. I don't know how his money would translate over to the dollar. So that's something to think about. So they're in the car. She wants to know the plans for the wedding. She has him planning the wedding. And he tells her it's a surprise. So she gets mad and she's like, I don't want a surprise. I don't want a surprise. What do I have to pay for? And he was like, no, because you don't ever want to help me and chip in on nothing, girl. So don't worry about it now. So then she was like, no, I don't mind helping out. And I'm like, Memphis, make up your mind. Do you want money? Do you, you just said you want everything to be 50-50 when y'all get back to the United States. But now, I don't understand her. So then she has the nerve to be like, do you even have money? Do you even have money? or are you just broke? I said, wow, that's how we asking people on camera. So he was like, enough. Shit. Because he feels like she's embarrassing him, which she is. My whole thing is, girl, all of this shit should have been talked about and handled before. So she feels that he's not responsible because he lied about his age. That's literally the only thing that Hamza has done wrong. He lied about his age. He told you that he was 2 years older than he really is. It's not the end of the world. I don't think. That's just me. I don't think it's the end of the world, but apparently it is to Memphis. I think they're still together. An article popped up that I saw, I want to say on my Facebook. I'm in like this person of color reality TV show group. And I think it popped up that she's pregnant by him, so they might still be together. I don't know, but this was stressful, y'all. If you have not already, go ahead, subscribe to my channel. I am super duper close to 3,000 subscribers, y'all. That is crazy. I started the channel in August, and I just did not think that like people would really care what I had to say about TV shows. So if you have not already, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Hop in the comment section. What couple got on your nerves the most? Let's talk about it.